going on, everybody?
What's that?
Yeah, we back again.
That's
So
right.
tune in, and then this is Real Talk Focus. This is how we do it. And
That's
today,
right.
yeah, and today the episode is called Commitment, staying committed
That's right.
in what we do. Because tell you the truth, many times in my life, Cesar, bro, I'll stay committed to something, no
Yeah.
matter if it's a goal, a responsibility, priority, and I'll do good first.
Yeah.
So the first half I'm doing good. I'm motivated. I'm inspired. I'm ambitious, but then I start lacking.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I start doing it halfway.
It happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and I stop because I just lose that fire or that passion.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and to me that's really important not to just lose that fire and passion,
Right.
no matter how I feel. And
Exactly.
like you explained the last episode, we just can't go by feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
So every time I felt worried or tired or stressed, I'll just stop.
Right.
And I hated that.
Yeah.
So I had to make some changes in my life where it's like I gotta stay fully committed no matter how I feel.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
And so with that said, I was gonna ask you, bro, like what are you committed to these days? I mean, it could be a priority, responsibility,
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
dream. So
I hear you.
yeah,
Yeah. No. I mean, commitment is important. With
right.
anything. I mean, just with what we're doing now. We stay
Yeah.
committed. There's times, like you said, we get tired, or we
Yeah.
we had a long day. We're at work, and then
Yeah.
doing something else. Sometimes you're like, you start thinking about the negative things, like,
Right.
even though it's not nothing big negative, but it's like, oh, I just want to chill.
Yeah.
Or I just want to watch a movie,
Exactly.
which is not that big a deal because we can watch a movie any time of the day, any time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you just got to get pushed through those little obstacles that we have, those barriers that we put in our minds.
Right.
And but yeah, I mean, this is one of the biggest ones. Being committed to this, to what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's obviously something that we're passionate about. So we always got to put effort into it, because I mean, it's, again, we can spend 30 minutes doing nothing, you know what I mean? So might
Yeah.
as well do something that's productive. And that
Yes.
just goes with anything, honestly, anything that anybody's committed to or wants to do something new, or man, it just falls down to anything. Like, if you want to learn how to be a cook or be a better cook, you got to be committed to learning certain situations, or learning new recipes, learning new ways to cook, learning new ways how to do things, and watching new videos, or getting new information from different people, or recipes from different people, and you
Yeah.
stay committed to that. Or
Yeah.
a sport, or instrument, or whatever it is. You can spend 10, 15 to 20 minutes on something, and you'll learn so much, but you got to
Yes.
stay committed. You got to be in there. You got to be at it, like
Right.
what I'm doing for the next 20 to 30 minutes is going to be the guitar, or the next 30 minutes is going to be cooking, or the next 30 minutes is going to be working out, and that's a big one for a lot of us, is,
Oh yeah.
fitness, and trying to
Oh
be
man.
fit, and our health and stuff like that. And if you commit 30 minutes each day,
Yeah.
then that will compound into an hour, and then next thing you know, you're spending more time at it. Next thing you know, you're becoming a professional at it. Next thing you know, you're seeing results, and you're like, oh, I'm getting better at this. Oh
Yeah.
snap, I'm a cook now, or I'm an athlete, or oh man, look at my body, or oh, I look at this instrument that I'm playing.
Right.
So commitment is key to everything.
Yes.
And so for me, yeah, commitment, being committed to this, to what we're doing,
Yeah.
um, being committed to work,
Yeah.
being committed to raising my son the best that I can, being committed to changing with myself, or just little things, always
Yeah.
finding things, that areas in my life and for myself that need growth, and being committed to that, because that's a
Right.
big commitment, being able to nitpick at yourself at times, and oh, okay, I need to change this. Oh, I need to stop doing this because it's going to lead me this way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, commitment is key to wanting progression,
Right.
because if we don't, commit, then, like you said, we'll get into those mindsets where, oh, I don't want to do it. Oh, I feel tired. Oh, I'd rather
Yeah.
just sleep and just,
You're
But
right.
when we could do that anytime, we spent years and hours doing literally nothing,
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's true.
literally nothing. You're like watching 6, 5 movies, which is fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
binge watching a movie or episode here and there. You know what I'm saying? But then it becomes a habit. It becomes something that you do every day. It becomes habit, and then you're not doing anything productive.
yeah,
That's happened with a lot of us. I know with me. I've I spent just like a timeline. That I used to use was like when I graduated high school, and then from
mm,
10 years from there, it's like, oh, what did I have done? What did I get done? Nothing. I'm
right.
still doing the same thing. It's like, what? Dang, I could have committed my time to something that was more productive, that was more progressive, towards something that would build on knowledge or information or
Right.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So being committed is definitely being consistent. Those two I feel like go hand in hand, and whatever you're doing, and it helps. It helps to just improve on yourself and learn new things.
Yeah.
And like I said before, knowledge is infinite. So if we
Yeah.
commit to certain things that we want to have within ourselves or learn, then we'll see results. Results
Yeah.
don't happen like this in an instant. They
Right.
don't happen in 1 week or 2 weeks or some people. I know I did that at one time where I went to the gym for a while, or
Hmm.
when I first started working out seriously, and it was 2 weeks. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't see nothing. Oh man, I don't. There's no results yet. Dang, I don't.
Yeah.
But then like you commit, you stay committed. Like within 6 months, you'll see results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that's with anything. If you truly commit, within 6 months, the first 6 months, you'll see improvements,
Yeah.
results, uh, and all that. So, yeah, man, commitment is it's a big part of life. Because it falls to everything. Being committed in a relationship,
Right.
being committed to each other, being committed to improving each other, helping each other, understand each other in a relationship. That's the biggest commitment that a lot of us go through, and it's a big one because, especially in relationships, you gotta be able to commit to wanting to be, you know, the best you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel in a relationship it should always be 100-100, not 50-50, or the other one does
Right.
more. No, it's 100-100.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like you both have to put commitment to improving yourselves, being able to sacrifice certain things about oneself so the other, you know, so you guys can live a better life and understand each other even better,
Yeah.
and letting go of certain bad habits, under, just coming to an understanding, and
Yeah.
commitment will do that. If you're
Right.
truly committed to that. So yeah, commitment's huge. But yeah, I mean, what are your biggest commitments, or
Oh
what do you
man.
feel like?
Oh shoot. Basically doing this,
Yeah,
like you just mentioned,
right.
because it goes both ways. So I
Yeah,
gotta stay committed, and like you mentioned, consistency.
right.
So yeah. So doing this with you, bro,
Yeah,
is dope. So I just gotta stay committed and consistent.
right.
Also being my authentic self,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
staying committed to who I am,
Right.
not what somebody chooses to think or define who I should be, what they
Yeah.
want me to be,
Right.
you know? And that's a hard commitment in a way because you just got to be yourself no matter who crowd you're hanging out with,
Right.
certain influences,
Yeah.
around us, you know? So, I just stay committed to my authentic self and also staying committed to optimism.
Right.
To me, and optimism to me is understanding and knowing that there's a positive outcome and a unique blessing in every situation.
Right.
So optimism is a hard one because not optimism doesn't mean it's filled with happiness every single day.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that everything is going my way.
Mm-hmm.
Barely, you know.
Right.
No, there's bad days, there's hard days, there's stressful days,
Exactly.
but I gotta remember there's a positive outcome
Right.
in those times,
Yeah.
you know. And then the last thing, staying with my personal belief
Mm-hmm.
is staying committed and devoted with my heavenly Father,
Right.
Yahweh, and His begotten Son.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's one of the major ones to me,
Right. That's
because
good.
you know there's a difference between religion and relationship. So when I say have a relationship with the Lord, people get it confused with religion, you know,
Right.
because religion keeps us confined in a way, keeps
Right.
us separated in a way. So I have a connection with the Lord,
Yeah.
which means I just meditate on His Word. I get into His Word, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Right.
and I just do my best to follow His words and just focus on Him, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and that means that I know that I can't control everything in my life. I know,
Right.
so in my personal belief, he's in complete control,
Right.
so that's one of my commitments as well.
Right.
So with all these commitments, it is hard, there's days where it's just like, man, I still got to stay committed even though I'm frustrated or
Mm-hmm.
stressed or even worried,
Right.
you know and
Yeah.
so that's one of my biggest ones, so
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Being committed to stay positive. I mean, it's hard, like you said, at
yeah,
times,
right,
but it all does fall down to, how we see ourselves, the way we take in information from the outside,
right,
and also being able to, weigh both sides and, like you say, stay committed to not letting negative thoughts come into your mind
right,
and weigh you down, because it happens, a lot of us that happens, and then sometimes we feel like we need to be around certain people, which is good because that's one thing is trying to change our surroundings. And if we want to change something about ourselves, then we have to go deep into ourselves at times and be able to see what it is that really makes us go into a state of negativity or feeling
right,
stressed out or whatever it is. I know, like, for me, one time, the things that get me that I see at times is it's like at my job, but it's small things, people
I
or
do,
like certain situations and customers and stuff like that. It's like, you get frustrated, but then I'm like, why am I getting frustrated? Like, why? Like, for what? It's like everything's great. There's,
yeah,
this is my job. This is just part of the job.
right,
That's how it's gonna happen.
yeah,
Regardless, it's gonna, deal with people that just don't get certain situations or just don't get how to treat another person. And
right,
you can't let those little situations get to you because and then you're falling into how they want to feel, and their
yeah,
negativity, and that's then you're letting them win,
yeah,
pretty much you're
exactly,
letting that negativity win
yeah,
when there's nothing really to be mad about or stressed about or get annoyed about. Yeah, it happens, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can't let it just beat you
right,
and bring you down, and that's where you gotta react and be like, oh, I'm tripping, I need to
yeah,
calm down, relax, go take a quick little 5 minute breather and be like, all right, you're tripping, just relax, you're good, everything's good, we're all good, whatever, and then proceed, but
right,
then we tend to sometimes fall into that the whole repetitive, man, that person got me into that work, and then this person kind of got him under my skin, and then you make it a whole thing, you start
yeah,
making it a whole thing, and you're still thinking about it 5 hours later
oh
after that
man,
happened. You're like, what am I doing?
yeah,
It's like I'm thinking about something that happened either yesterday or 6 hours or 8 hours ago, and
yeah,
it still pisses me off. Oh,
yeah,
that's when you're losing. That's when you need to realize, oh, I'm losing. I need to let that
right,
I need to let that shit go.
yeah,
You know,
that's
and
so true,
and just proceed. With thinking better and thinking stronger.
yeah,
And staying committed to those kind of things.
right, that's crazy, man, because yeah, there's many things, like sometimes I think about the past, and like you
Right.
mentioned, like you think about it
Yeah.
for a while, but then the thing is you keep building on it and building on it and building on it,
Yeah.
and then you start imagining things like, what if I did this and what if I
Yeah.
would have done that, and
Yeah.
yeah, and that's like you said, that's what defeats us,
Yeah.
you know.
Because nothing, you're not doing anything. You're not getting anything
Right,
done. You're not
exactly,
changing anything.
yeah,
You're just making up stories and things that you would have and could have and should have. And it's like, okay, well, that's not doing anything besides putting yourself into a deeper stress level and a deeper, stress level. Because, and
right,
that's not even healthy, honestly. There's even been case studies that stress can kill, it can destroy a person, and
yeah,
literally it can really destroy you if you let it like that. And those are the situations that we build in because again we're emotional beings,
right,
and we tend to hold in sometimes a lot of emotion and things and baggage. That's why it's called baggage, because
yes,
and that's why people say, oh, it feels like I just like let a bunch of weight off my shoulders,
Yeah,
whoo, when
yeah.
you like let stuff off your chest, you let stuff off your mind, you're really just letting it out of here,
Right,
but it weighs on your body because you feel it in your back, you feel it in your muscles, you feel it all like it's all back here, like something's weighing you down.
right.
But it's up here that you're doing that to yourself. We're doing that to ourselves, when we need to become a little bit stronger here, stay committed to being stronger here, and that
Yes.
means being able to see yourself within yourself and kind of step out of yourself and be like, oh dang, what am I doing? I'm repeating the same thing that I did the other day, or something that happened 2 weeks ago,
Right.
or this that happened between me and this person, or this fight that I had with my boyfriend or my husband. You guys are still at each other. It's like it's not going anywhere besides even making yourself even more angrier. You start bringing up even more stuff from the past that didn't even need to be brought up,
Right.
and then it just becomes a mess. And then you're just like, oh, yeah, like, oh man. And then eventually, what happens? I'm sorry, you know,
That's true.
So it's like, okay, you could have killed that a long time ago. You didn't have to be mad for 2 or 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Right.
I know certain situations out there that happen that people mess up big time.
Yeah.
They mess up big time, and then it's more not just the sorry that you need to hear. It's more you see some change,
Right.
But when the little things, little things that get under our skin and that we let it grab onto us, we need to really catch those things and kind of, you know, stay committed to trying to break them and not let it break us.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, commitment is big with anything that we do in life. With
Right.
anything, But always, you gotta try to make it something that you're committed to that's positive. Because again, like we said before, if you stay committed to negativity, that's all that you will project. That's all that you will bring into your life is negativity, and that's the only negative thing that you're committed to. It's just
Yeah.
negative, 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 negative.
Right.
But yeah, man, commitment is huge with anything, and
Right.
that's how a lot of people make it in this world. A lot of people who become famous, athletes,
Right.
singers, writers, rap artists,
Yeah.
whatever, mathematicians,
Right.
scientists. They stay committed. They're committed.
Yes.
They don't shy away from it. They don't care if somebody's making fun of them. They don't care if anything.
Right.
If they're being laughed at or if they're, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, well, I know what I want and I know what I believe in, and I'm gonna stay committed and I'm gonna push for it because that's what I want. And
Right.
commitment is huge. Whatever you're trying to learn, stay committed. And then
Yeah.
6 months down the road, you'll see, oh, okay, maybe it's not for me. All good, but hey, I learned this new skill. I learned this
Exactly.
new thing. Man, that's tight. And then that opens up more doors and opens up more about yourself and what you're capable of doing
Yes.
and what you're willing to do. I know that for me, like I said before, having so many jobs or I went through, man, a grip of jobs is crazy, but
Damn.
from Burger King to building cabinets to, being part-time working like framing homes and stuff like that.
Okay.
What else? Um, Driving for companies delivering car parts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Working at call centers, to working as a busser, at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then now working where I am working, which I never worked at a place like that, which we sell bark dust,
Yeah.
gravel, pavers, and so that deals with more of measurements and square footage and
Mm.
cubic yards and figuring out the certain pieces that you need for a job, paver job, and I didn't know none of that or the math to it or the equations or anything like that. It was all brand
Damn.
new. And so, when you start learning new things and you stay committed to something that you never done before, when you
Yeah.
stay committed, you start learning new things about yourself that you're capable of doing, that you're willing to do, and then that just brings out more skills, and it, like I've said before, it just builds character,
Yes.
within oneself to be committed to something, or whatever it is. Maybe it's not something that you want to do, but then you'll find out. You're like, oh,
Right.
it wasn't for me, but you know what? I stayed committed. I learned it, and wow, I have the skill now. Well, let's see what else I can do. It starts kind of
Right.
turning those wheels in there. You start, wanting more. They want to learn more. See what else I can do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and which is good. That's what life is about. We got this is again a melting pot of different things of people that have different skills.
Yeah.
So being able to commit to something is
Yes.
definitely key.
Yeah. It is. It is having that dedication, man.
Yeah.
You know, and no matter what the circumstances we go through, you know, you just gotta stay committed. And when it
Right.
gets hard, you keep going. You
Right.
keep doing it. Keep pushing forward. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because on the other side of that hardness, when it gets difficult, you're gonna, like you mentioned, there's gonna be new opportunities opening,
Right.
greater advantages. You know,
Yeah.
even greater influences
Right.
that can bring you to your goal, whatever you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a good thing because with commitment, you study it, you learn it, and then you do your best to apply it
Yeah.
in your life. You
That's
know,
right.
and so that's why we want to reach out to you guys and remind you guys to stay committed no matter what. No matter how
That's
many
right.
storms comes, no matter how many times you know we fall, like in the last episode, you get
Yeah.
right back up, you take a break, take a breather, and then you come out with a new plan.
Yeah.
You come up with strategies.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
you got to be strategic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you're strategic, you can form another plan
That's right.
to keep pushing it and keep pushing forward until you actually accomplish your goal.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Exactly.
Trust me. Cesar knows. I know. We've been through that stuff.
Right.
You know. So just get on that field, stay committed,
Yep.
and just do it. You know.
That's right.
And don't worry how long it's taken
Exactly.
to reach that goal.
Yeah. There's no.
You know.
You're not fighting against anybody. You're not. There's no
Right.
competition. The only competition there is yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You
That's
gotta-
dope.
You
Yeah.
gotta compete against yourself. You know, there's no time. You know, there's nobody's tracking time or anything like
Right.
that. You
Yeah.
know? It's like you need to finish first. No, no. Take your time. But when you take your time, like like you're saying, stay committed. Stay committed. Learn as much as you can, and then you will see. In due time. Quick.
Yes.
You'll see if you don't keep track of time, you will see how quick it happens. And you just focus on what you got to do.
Yeah.
You'll see. You'll see how quick it is, and don't worry about other people or what if this person's gonna say. What if my mom? What if my dad? What if this person? What if they don't? Well, what if? What if? Let that
Yeah.
shit go.
Yes.
Stay committed, and do it for yourself. It all comes for oneself first.
Yes.
Do for self, by yourself, for self, so then you can pass that on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that way, other people do the same, and that
Right.
way we grow as a community, as people, as human beings,
Right.
and then that will just track on like wildfire, and then
Yeah.
next thing you know, everybody's gonna be thinking that way. Everybody's gonna be committed to something, and then next thing you know, the next step will be committed as one
Yeah.
to a bigger goal that's never been reached or something.
Exactly. It's
yeah.
awesome. Heck yeah. Yeah, so just remember that. Just stay devoted, And yeah, that's just everything you gotta tell you guys. And enjoy the one thing I want to add too, bro, is enjoy the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't focus
That's
too
right.
much on the destination.
Right.
I used to be like that. I'll focus on my destination so much.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna get there, when
Right.
I'm gonna get there. It's taking too long.
Yeah,
Where I had to stop myself, like, hey man, enjoy the journey.
that's right.
It's the journey
Yeah,
that's gonna form the pathways that's gonna bring you to your goal and your
Exactly.
destination.
yeah,
And those pathways, what I mean by pathways is new influences, new opportunities, new
Right.
resources that's gonna come to you. You don't
Exactly.
gotta look after them; it'll come to you.
Right.
Just stay committed and focus,
that's right.
and it'll come.
There you go, guys.
There we go.
So again, like we said, stay committed, enjoy the journey,
Yeah.
and never, ever, ever give up.
Yes. Yes.
Fight, 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 fight until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fight. Yes.
That's right. And that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love to everybody out there.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining in tonight.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you.